much for sharing in this event with us. And I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Blessed Gérard's Care Centre. Just as an introduction, you might be saying, well, who's this? Who's the new face on the block? So before we proceed with the short program, which is in honor of this year's World Day of the Sick, the 2022 World Day of the Sick, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Douglas Ross. I'm the new Managing Director of the Blessed Gérard's Care Centre. I'm a registered GP or family practitioner, and over the past 26 years or so, I've run various public and private healthcare facilities. So I've got quite an extensive background in the non-profit environment and the for-profit environment in healthcare. I joined Blessed Gérard Care Centre last Tuesday, the 1st of February, and I'd just like to say it's a great honour for me to lead this unique institution and to become part of such a caring and committed team doing really amazing work in the community or for the community, the Blessed Gérard Care Centre team. But that's about me, okay? And today in a way is more about our caregivers, our patients, our staff, and both healthcare they deliver and the healthcare that you, our patients, receive. Now, about 30 years ago, in fact, 30 years ago, St. John Paul II, when he was Pope John Paul, instituted the World Day of the Sick to encourage all Catholics, Catholic healthcare institutions, and actually all of us really in the world, to become more focused on and sensitive to the sick. And we have members of the sick with us, and to those who care for them. So it was both about the carer and those being cared for. And the theme that was chosen by the Holy Father this year, that Pope Francis, for this 30th World Day of the Sick, is be merciful even as your Father is merciful. And this is taken from Jesus' words in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, verses 36. Now, I'm going to take some extracts from the Holy Father's message, which I found very meaningful, and share them with you. I have basically summarized his World Day of the Sick message for you. The English, I thought, was in some places a little bit highfalutin, but the message, I think, is very important. So firstly in his message, he reminded us that this mercy that he's speaking about, and that we, the healthcare givers, are being challenged to offer, is a combination of both strength and tenderness. It's not a sort of soppy mercy. As God cares for all of us with the strength of the Father and the tenderness of a mother. And so what Pope Francis is talking about here is about what we call tough love. Now, Jesus' invitation to be merciful like the Father is really important for us as healthcare workers. And here we think of our doctors, our nurses of all categories, our caregivers, our allied health workers such as social workers, our support staff, and the carers of the sick, as well as those volunteers, and I know we've had less during COVID times, who donate their precious time to assist those who suffer. Now, as healthcare workers, and here I'm using that broad term for healthcare workers, anyone who's got anything to do with looking after the sick, your service alongside the sick, which is carried out with love and competence, that combination of caring and compassion and technical skill, it takes you beyond the sort of boundaries of your profession, and in a way it almost becomes a mission, your vocation. And I think the Holy Father, if you read the whole message, is basically challenging us all to see Jesus in every single patient we care for, and in every child that we look after. Our patients, really, if you think about it, are more important than their diseases. The person is more important than their disease. And for this reason, no treatment or therapeutic approach should stop us from listening to the patient, his or her history, their anxieties or fears. Even when healing is not possible, care can always be given. I think that's really important for us to remember in the work that we do in the hospice. It is always possible to console. It is always possible to make people sense of closeness that is more interested in the person than in his or her disease. Now, the World Day of the Sick is also a good occasion to focus our attention on our centers of care. This is a center of care. Now, down the centuries, showing mercy to the sick led the Christian community to open many healthcare facilities where love and care can be given to people with various kinds of sicknesses, especially those whose health needs are not being met due to poverty or social exclusion or difficulties that may be had with treating certain diseases. Now, in these situations, it is the children, the elderly, and those who are most frail who often pay the price. And if you think about it, again using the Pope's words, merciful like the Father, countless missionaries have combined the preaching of the gospel with the construction of hospitals, dispensaries, and faith care centers. This is a sort of model of faith in action. Now, these are precious means whereby Christian charity has taken visible shape, and the love of Christ, witnessed by that of his disciples, has become more credible. And what the Pope ends with, he says, at a time in which the culture of waste is widespread and life is not always acknowledged as worthy of being welcomed and lived, these structures, these healthcare centers, these centers of care, or what the word he used, mercy, the houses of mercy, can be exemplary in protecting and caring for all life, even the most fragile, from its beginning until its natural end. And for me, this World Day of the Sick for 2022, it's speaking to all of us here today and challenging us to be merciful to each other, to be merciful to you, our patients, and to the children that we care for, to our colleagues. And I think also remember, we also need to be kind to ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we're harder on ourselves than we are on others. Remember, love your neighbor as yourself. That means you have to love yourself too. So it also affords us an opportunity to bring a sparkle in the eyes of our patients and our children. Now you may say, oh, what are you getting at here? So we like to think that our patients and caregivers will enjoy the input which Hayne has kindly organized for us from the children's home, and a little something from us to remind you of today. A big thanks to the Blessed Gérard Care Centre team as a whole, but especially to the children's home, the hospice teams, my PA Annie, and lots of other people whose names I haven't necessarily mentioned, for organizing this function. And a special thanks to the kids for enlivening our day. So I'm out of it now, and we're going to be in Hayne's hands and the children's hands. So enjoy the show.
Abafana bafuni. Bayasaba. Okay. Aí tá na rua, não vamos embora para já. System book. Kalau minyak nak kita.
Some t-shirts inside.